Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Conversation Podcast, your English podcast for real conversations, speaking practice, and easy English for daily life.
And today's episode is at the B1 level. So if you are an intermediate learner, this is just right for you.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Wendy. We're really happy you're here with us today. Jim, how are you today? Was it a busy day for you?
A little busy, yeah. I was working this morning and I had a long call with a student, but I'm happy to sit down and talk with you now.
Same here. I had a lot of screen time today, so it feels nice to just relax and chat with you and our listeners.
Yeah, it's like we're all in the same room just talking together. Okay, so before we start, we want to ask you for a tiny favor.
Yes. One small thing for your finger, and one big thing for our hearts.
If you enjoy learning with us, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It helps more learners find the English Conversation Podcast.
And we'd love it if you wrote a comment too. Just one simple sentence is already great. You can tell us your name and where you're from.
Yeah, we really love getting to know our lovely listeners.
And when you write a comment, it's like sending your English brain to the gym. Your brain has to choose words and build a sentence, and that makes your English stronger.
So even if you're shy, it's okay. One short sentence is already good exercise.
All right, let's talk about today's topic.
Today, we're going to help you with something important and sometimes scary: how to talk about yourself in English.
Many learners tell us, I can answer questions like, where are you from? Or what do you do?
But when someone says, "So tell me about yourself," their brain freezes.
Yes. Suddenly, the mind is empty or too full.
So in this episode, we'll give you a simple structure and many sentence options.
We will also share our own full introductions at the end as real examples.
And step by step, we'll show you different ways you can talk about each part of your life. Then you can choose what sounds best for you.
Yeah, step by step. But before we build it, we should understand why this skill matters.
Right. First, why is this skill important?
It's really important because you use it in many situations. When you meet a new classmate, a new coworker, a teacher, a neighbor, or an online friend, they might say, tell me about yourself.
And not only in daily life, but also in job interviews, language classes, while traveling, or at events like language exchanges, right?
Right. And I remember one language exchange I joined. We sat in a big circle. The leader said, okay, everyone will introduce themselves in English. Name, country, job, hobbies.
Ah, I can feel the pressure already. Everyone is listening and waiting for you.
Yes. My turn was coming like a slow train. In my head, I was repeating, my name is Wendy, I'm from England.
And then your brain did something different, right?
Completely. When everybody looked at me, my mind went blank. I said, my name is Wendy, I like food.
Food is always safe. At least nobody can argue with that.
True. People laughed in a friendly way, so it was okay. But inside, I knew I could say more if I had a clear, simple script in my head.
I understand that feeling. I had a similar moment on a flight once.
Oh, really? What happened?
I was talking with the woman next to me. She asked, "So, what do you do? Tell me about yourself." And in my brain, I suddenly had too many pictures. My job, my hobbies, my family, my favorite coffee, everything at the same time.
So all the ideas came together in one big cloud?
Yes, a big noisy cloud. And my answer wasn't very clear. I felt like I was jumping from one thing to another.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
After the flight, I thought I should have a short, prepared way to talk about myself. Something calm and simple.
That's why we say your self-introduction is like a short mind movie script about you. When you know your script, you feel calmer.
And remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need clear, simple sentences that you can say even when you feel a bit nervous.
Now, before we build this little script about you, there's something simple to remember. There are 3 common situations where people introduce themselves.
3 situations. Sometimes it's informal, sometimes it's semi-formal, and sometimes it's very formal.
Informal is when you're just chatting with people in a relaxed place, like with friends, classmates, or someone you meet at a cafe or a party.
Yeah, when you're just talking, laughing, maybe holding a coffee, nobody expects a big, serious introduction.
Semi-formal is when it's friendly but also a bit professional, like at a conference, a meetup, or an event with brands, creators, or colleagues.
People smile, they joke a little, but you still want to sound polite and a bit professional.
And formal is when things are very structured, like a job interview, a meeting with a manager, or something at an office or government office.
In those moments, the introduction is still simple, but your words are more careful and polite.
So the idea is to feel the situation first, then choose your style.
Yeah, if you're sitting on a sofa with a friend, you probably won't say, "Good afternoon, it's a pleasure to meet you."
That would sound a bit too serious for a sofa.
And in a job interview, "Hey, what's up?" is maybe not the best way to start.
Yeah, maybe save that for your friends.
So listen to the atmosphere, look at the person, and then decide whether you want to be more informal, semi-formal, or formal.
Okay, let's start building your introduction. The first part is the greeting.
Very simple. You can say hi, hello, or hey, depending on the situation.
In an informal situation, hi or hey is perfect.
In a semi-formal situation, hi or hello both work well.
And in a formal situation, hello is usually a safe choice.
You can also add something like nice to meet you.
Or, it's nice to meet you.
And if you want to sound a little more formal, you can say it's a pleasure to meet you.
But don't make it too complicated. A simple, hi, nice to meet you works in many situations.
That's true. Sometimes learners spend too much time worrying about the perfect greeting.
When really, the important thing is to smile, say hello, and start the conversation.
Exactly. After the greeting, the next part is your name.
This is probably the easiest part.
You can say, "I'm Jim," or "My name is Jim."
You can also say, nice to meet you. I'm Wendy.
Very natural and very simple.
And if someone says, what's your name? You don't need a long answer.
Just say your name clearly.
Now, sometimes people have a name that's difficult for English speakers to pronounce.
That's okay. You can say your name slowly, or you can repeat it if necessary.
And if you use an English name or a nickname, you can say, my name is Wenjing, but you can call me Wendy.
That's a really useful pattern. My name is, but you can call me.
Just change the name to your own name, and you already have a good start to your introduction.
Okay, now we have the greeting and the name. What's next?
The next part is where you're from and where you live.
And these are not always the same place.
Exactly. For example, I'm from the UK, but I live in Madrid.
And I'm from Poland, but I live in Berlin.
So you can say, I'm from the UK, but I live in Spain now.
Or I'm originally from Poland, but I currently live in Berlin.
Originally is a useful word here. It means the place you came from before.
And currently means now, at the present time.
But if those words feel difficult, you don't need them.
You can simply say, I'm from Poland. I live in Berlin.
2 short sentences. Very clear.
And if you want to add a little more information, you can say how long you've lived there.
For example, I'm from the UK, but I've been living in Madrid for 3 years.
Or I moved to Berlin 2 years ago.
That's already enough to start a conversation because the other person might ask, "Do you like Madrid?" or "Why did you move to Berlin?"
And suddenly, your introduction becomes a real conversation.
Exactly. You don't have to tell your whole life story at the beginning.
Give the other person a few small pieces of information and let the conversation grow naturally.
Now let's move on to work or study.
This is another very common part of a self-introduction.
Someone might ask, "What do you do?"
And this question usually means, what is your job?
If you work, you can say, "I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I'm an engineer," or whatever your job is.
You can also say, I work as an English coach.
Or, "I work in education."
What's the difference between work as and work in?
Work as is usually followed by your specific job. For example, "I work as a teacher."
And work in is usually followed by an industry or field. For example, I work in education.
Exactly. You can also say, "I work for a technology company."
In that sentence, work for tells us the company or organization you work for.
So we have 3 useful patterns. I work as for your job. I work in for your field. And I work for your company or organization.
That's useful.
And if you're a student, you can say, "I'm a university student."
Or, I'm studying business.
Or, "I study computer science at university."
And if you're not working or studying right now, that's okay too.
You can simply say, "I'm looking for a job right now."
Or, I'm taking some time off.
Or you can just skip this part if you don't want to talk about it.
That's important. A self-introduction doesn't mean you have to share everything.
You choose what feels comfortable and appropriate for the situation.
Now, if you want to make your work or study section more interesting, you can add one small detail.
For example, instead of only saying, "I'm a teacher," you could say, "I'm an English teacher, and I really enjoy helping people improve their speaking."
Or, I work in IT and I spend a lot of time solving technical problems.
Or, "I'm studying business because I'd like to start my own company one day."
That little extra detail gives the other person something to respond to.
And that's what we want. Your introduction should open the door to a conversation.
Not close the door with a 10-minute speech.
Exactly. Please don't give someone your complete autobiography before they finish their coffee.
Unless they ask for it.
Then maybe order another coffee.
Okay, we've talked about your name, where you're from, where you live, and your work or studies.
Now let's talk about family and home.
This part is optional, of course.
Yes. You don't need to share personal information if you don't want to.
But in a friendly conversation, people sometimes talk about who they live with or whether they have brothers and sisters.
For example, you can say, "I live with my family."
Or, I live with my husband and our 2 children.
Or, "I live alone in a small apartment."
And if you share a home with other people, you can say, I live in a shared flat.
If you live with a friend, you can say, "I share an apartment with a friend."
Very simple.
People may also ask about brothers and sisters.
You can say, I have one older brother.
Or, "I have 2 younger sisters."
Or, I'm an only child.
And again, you don't have to tell every family secret.
Yes, please don't. Just share a small, friendly picture of who is close to you and who you live with.
That's enough for a natural introduction.
All right, now let's move on to something a little more fun, hobbies and free time.
Yes, this is one of my favorite parts because hobbies make your introduction feel more personal.
And hobbies are great conversation starters.
Exactly. You can say something simple like, "In my free time, I like reading and going for long walks. I'm also a big fan of movies."
Or, I enjoy cooking, playing basketball, and listening to music.
You can use I like or I enjoy. Both are very common.
Just remember that after enjoy, we usually use the powing form.
Right. So we say, I enjoy reading, not I enjoy to read.
And you don't need 5 hobbies. 1 or 2 are enough.
Especially if you add a small detail. For example, I love watching Korean dramas.
That tells us a lot about your evenings.
Yes, maybe a little too much.
You could also say, I'm really into photography.
I'm really into is a natural, informal way to say you're very interested in something.
For example, I'm really into hiking these days.
Or I'm really into learning languages.
Another useful phrase is, I'm a big fan of.
Like I'm a big fan of jazz.
Or, I'm a big fan of soccer.
These little details make it easier for the other person to find something you have in common.
Maybe they love Korean dramas too.
And then your 5-minute introduction becomes a 2-hour conversation about your favorite characters.
So, be careful what you mention.
Very dangerous.
Hobbies tell people what you enjoy doing, but you can also talk about simple things you like or don't like.
For example, I love coffee, but I'm not a big fan of tea.
Or, I really like quiet places, but I don't like crowded shopping malls.
Sometimes you can add 1 or 2 things you like or don't like. That makes your introduction feel more human and real.
But again, keep it simple. You don't need to give people a complete list of everything you love and hate.
Yeah. And another part of real life is your daily routine. People also like to ask about your day.
Especially when you're getting to know someone. They might ask, what does a typical day look like for you?
A typical day means a normal day for you.
So you can start with phrases like, on weekdays, I usually, or in the morning, I normally.
Then add 2 or 3 simple details.
For example, on weekdays, I usually get up around 7. I start work at 9, and I finish around 5.
Or, I normally study in the morning, and in the afternoon, I work part-time at a cafe.
You can also talk about your evenings.
Like, in the evening, I usually cook dinner, watch something, and relax.
Or after work, I usually go to the gym or meet a friend.
Again, you don't need to describe every minute of your day.
Please don't start with, at 7:01, I open my eyes.
At 7:02, I look at the ceiling.
At 7:03, I question all my life choices.
Okay, that part might be realistic.
Very realistic on Monday mornings.
The point is to give a simple picture of your normal day.
And that gives the other person more things to ask about.
Maybe they also go to the gym after work.
Or maybe they work from home too.
And now you have another connection.
All right, we've talked about what you do. Now let's talk about what you're like.
Your personality?
This can be a little harder because sometimes we don't know how to describe ourselves.
Or we know, but it feels strange to say, I'm amazing, friendly, intelligent, and wonderful.
Yes, maybe don't start there.
Unless you're introducing yourself to your mirror.
So instead, choose 2 or 3 simple adjectives that really describe you.
For example, I'm a friendly and easygoing person.
Or, I'm quite calm and a little shy at first.
Or I'm curious and I love learning new things.
Easygoing means relaxed and not easily worried or upset.
And curious means interested in learning or knowing more about things.
Another useful word is patient.
A patient person can stay calm when something takes time or when things don't go as planned.
You might also describe yourself as creative, organized, outgoing, quiet, hardworking, or independent.
Don't choose a word just because it sounds impressive.
Choose something that actually feels true for you.
And if you're not sure, think about what your friends might say about you.
That's a good trick.
Your friends might say, "You're very patient."
Or they might say, "You talk too much."
That's not going in my introduction.
Fair enough.
Another natural way to talk about personality is to add a little contrast.
For example,
I'm a little shy when I first meet people, but after a while, I become more talkative.
that's very natural because people aren't usually just one thing all the time.
Exactly. You can be quiet in one situation and very talkative in another.
While you listen, think about which two adjectives feel true for you: friendly, calm, creative, patient, outgoing, shy, organized, curious.
You don't need to decide right now, but it's useful to have 2 or 3 words ready.
Okay, we have one more important part: your future plans.
This part is optional, but it can make your introduction more interesting.
Especially when you're talking with classmates, coworkers, or people at a language exchange.
You can start with phrases like, "In the future, I'd like to." "My goal is to," or "One of my dreams is to."
For example, in the future, I'd like to travel more.
Or, "My goal is to improve my English and find a better job."
Or one of my dreams is to start my own business.
You can also talk about something you're working on right now.
Like right now, I'm trying to improve my speaking.
Or, "I'm learning how to cook."
Or I'm saving money for a trip to Japan.
Future plans are useful because they show what matters to you.
And they often lead to good follow-up questions.
Someone might ask, "Why do you want to go to Japan?"
Or what kind of business do you want to start?
And there you go. The introduction has become a conversation again.
That's really the main idea of this whole episode.
Your self-introduction isn't supposed to be a speech that you perform and then stop.
It's a way to give the other person a few doors they can open.
A door about your work.
A door about your hobbies.
A door about your family.
A door about your plans.
And the other person can choose which door to open.
That's a nice way to think about it.
So let's quickly look at all the pieces we've built.
Greeting and name.
Country and city.
Work or study.
Family and home.
Hobbies and free time.
Daily routine.
Personality.
Likes and dislikes.
And future plans.
That's quite a lot, but remember, you don't have to use every part every time.
Exactly. For a short introduction, maybe you only use 3 or 4 parts.
For a longer conversation, you can add more.
And depending on the situation, you can change what you include.
In a job interview, your work, skills, and goals may be more important.
At a party, your hobbies and interests might be more natural.
At a language exchange, you might talk about where you're from, why you're learning English, and what you like doing.
So don't memorize one long introduction and use it everywhere.
Build a few simple pieces that you can move around.
Like little building blocks.
Exactly. And once you know those pieces, you can build your own mini script in your head, your own little movie about you.
And in a moment, we'll share our full introductions using the same pieces so you can hear how everything sounds together.
That way, you can hear how short sentences connect naturally.
And while you listen, think about which parts you could use in your own introduction.
Okay, Jim. I think it's time to put everything together.
Let's do it. We'll each give a natural self-introduction using some of the pieces we've talked about.
And remember, listeners, you don't need to copy every sentence. Just notice the structure and choose the parts that work for you.
Exactly. Wendy, would you like to go first?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Wendy. I'm from the UK, and I live in Madrid. I work as an English teacher and content creator. I really enjoy helping people feel more confident when they use English. In my free time, I like reading, going for long walks, and watching Korean dramas. I'm quite friendly and curious, although I can be a little quiet when I first meet someone. In the future, I'd love to travel more and learn another language.
Nice. That sounded natural and friendly.
Thank you. And I didn't tell you my entire life story.
Very important. We still have time for the rest of the episode.
Exactly. Okay, your turn.
All right. Hi, I'm Jim. I'm originally from Poland, but now I live in Berlin. I work as an English coach and podcast host. I enjoy helping learners speak more naturally and confidently. When I'm not working, I like listening to music, drinking good coffee, and exploring different parts of the city. I'd say I'm pretty calm and easygoing, but I'm also very curious and enjoy learning new things. One of my goals is to keep improving my language skills and travel to more countries in the future.
Very nice. Clear, simple, and easy to follow.
And notice that neither of us used very difficult grammar.
Right. Most of the sentences were short and simple.
But together, they created a clear picture of who we are.
That's exactly what we want you to do.
You don't need to impress people with complicated vocabulary.
You want to help them understand you and give them something they can respond to.
And your introduction doesn't have to be exactly the same every time.
That's important. Let's imagine I'm meeting someone casually at a cafe.
Okay, give us the short version.
Hi, I'm Wendy. I'm from the UK, but I live in Madrid now. I teach English, and in my free time, I love watching Korean dramas and going for walks.
Perfect. That's enough for a casual conversation.
But if I were introducing myself at a professional event, I might say something slightly different.
Let's hear it.
Hello, I'm Wendy. I'm an English teacher and content creator based in Madrid. I work mainly with English learners, and I'm especially interested in helping people become more confident speakers. It's nice to meet you.
Same person, but a different style.
Exactly. I didn't change who I am. I just chose different information for the situation.
That's a really useful skill.
And you can do the same thing.
Maybe you have a casual version, a professional version, and a very short version.
The very short version is especially useful when someone suddenly says, "Tell me about yourself."
And your brain says, about myself? Which part?
Exactly.
So let's give everyone a very simple structure they can remember.
Great. Start with your name.
Then say where you're from or where you live.
Add your work or studies.
And finish with one interest, hobby, or personal detail.
That's already a complete short introduction.
For example, hi, I'm Jim. I'm from Poland, and I live in Berlin. I work as an English coach. In my free time, I enjoy listening to music and exploring the city.
That's it. 4 simple pieces.
Name,
Place,
work, or study.
and 1 personal detail.
If you want a longer introduction, add family, personality, your daily routine, or future plans.
But only if they fit the situation.
Exactly.
Now we want you to practice.
Here's your challenge. Can you introduce yourself in 2 or 3 sentences in English?
Don't try to include everything we talked about today.
Choose just a few pieces.
You could start with, "Hi, my name is,"
Then, I'm from, or I live in.
then maybe, "I work as," or "I'm studying."
And finish with, in my free time, I like.
For example, "Hi, my name is Wendy. I'm from the UK and I live in Madrid. I teach English, and in my free time, I love going for walks."
Simple, natural, and easy to understand.
Now pause for a moment and try it yourself.
Say your introduction out loud.
Don't just think about it.
Your mouth needs practice too.
And if you make a mistake, Keep going.
Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection.
If you want extra practice, write your short introduction in the comments.
2 or 3 sentences are enough.
And don't spend 20 minutes trying to make every word perfect.
Write it, check it once, and share it.
Reading other learners' introductions can also give you new ideas.
And maybe you'll find someone from the same country or someone who shares your hobbies.
That's one of the nicest things about learning together.
Before we finish, let's quickly review the main ideas from today's episode.
First, think about the situation. Is it informal, semi-formal, or formal?
Then choose the information that fits that situation.
You can talk about your name, where you're from, where you live, your work or studies, your family and home, your hobbies and free time, your daily routine, your personality, your likes and dislikes, and your future plans.
But you don't need to use all of them.
For a short introduction, 3 or 4 pieces are enough.
Keep your sentences simple.
Give the other person something they can ask you about.
And let your introduction become a conversation.
Don't think of it as a speech you have to perform perfectly.
Think of it as opening a few little doors.
And letting the other person choose which one to open.
I really like that idea.
Me too.
So, Wendy, after this episode, do you think our listeners are ready for the question, "Tell me about yourself"?
I think they're much more ready than they were before.
No more saying only, "My name is Jim. I like food."
Hey, food is still an excellent topic.
That's true.
But now we can say a little more.
Exactly.
And remember, listeners, your introduction doesn't have to sound like ours.
It should sound like you.
Use your real life,
Your real interests,
your real personality.
and the English you have right now.
That's more than enough to start.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like the video and subscribe to the English Conversation podcast.
It really helps the channel, and it helps more English learners find our lessons.
And don't forget today's challenge.
Introduce yourself in 2 or 3 sentences in the comments.
We'd love to learn a little about you.
And more importantly, you'll be using the English you learned today.
That's real practice.
Thanks so much for spending this time with us.
Keep listening.
Keep speaking.
Keep practicing.
And don't be afraid to talk about yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
And remember, your progress doesn't end here. Click the next episode on your screen and keep practicing with us.